Hey guys, my name's Christian. I'm not very important. I own a clothing brand, Westside Garments. That's why we're here. Westside Garments is a clothing brand, and I want to release designs and clothing that raise questions. And it's inclusive for everyone, like believers, non-believers. But I want unique designs that open conversations, specifically like about Jesus and like stuff like that. Yeah, so our vision, like why Westside Garments exist, is we exist to drive the fashion industry with a passion for holiness.
Okay.
That's kind of where we're going, like long-term vision, like that's where we're headed. And just practically like how we're going to do that is to create designs that inspire conversations about Jesus. Yeah, well, first of all, we're a clothing brand. So I want it to be fire, and I want it to be unique, like something you would be proud to wear, not like just because it looks cool, you know. And I feel like with a lot of like brands and like media and stuff like that, some things aren't necessarily unique. Like some people just copy each other and like, or just like the basic bare minimum just to sell things, and that's not what we are, and that's not what I want to be, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the Lord's given me something unique to share. Yeah, so it's been a long process. I had this idea, like for a clothing brand or like something with clothing, probably about like 2.5 years ago. So just like having that and just like keeping it and like stewarding that and like waiting like for the timing. But when I started the summer of last year, towards the end of last year, and just began dreaming with the Lord. And I felt like I had the freedom and the space to like dream and like come up with stuff. And at first it was a little tricky because I realized I was doing it on my own and not including the Lord, and realizing like, oh, I was never meant to carry this alone. So like through that process of learning that and like where I'm at now, it's become easy because I'm not doing it by myself. I'm doing it with the Lord. And with this business and with this clothing brand, it's never hard, and there's never a stop of creativity, because like I'm tapped into the source, which is the Lord. So there's never a stop of the flow of creativity. So it's like it's became easy. And even like with like business, you may look at me like, oh, there's Christian, like he's the business owner, but like I don't feel like that. Like I don't feel like I own this. I just feel like I'm stewarding this. Like this is the dream the Lord gave me, and I'm just carrying it, you know. So it's easy, it's light. Yeah. So Westside Garments was not my first business idea. About 2.5 years ago, when the Lord gave me, I feel like the ideas and the passions for business, like I feel like just straight downloads from heaven, but it's multiple ideas. I'm like, okay, like I have multiple ideas, which ones do I go with? And this was not my first like choice. Like I prayed about it and I felt one way and like went towards that, and just things didn't work out because of money. Then I finally got the exact amount I needed to start. And I was like, okay, like I'm excited. And the Lord told me to give that exact amount. So I gave that away. And then I was just in this place of like waiting. Like I have these ideas, I have these passions that you've given me, and just waiting. So year and a half ago, what was this last year? When did I start this?
I think it was last.
September 2022. So summer of 2022 is when I was thinking about this, and I just had one conversation with someone that like sparked that, and I knew, and I finally got hope and inspiration again, and I was like, I felt like the okay from the Lord to start. So that's how I started with this. Like it's been a process. Yeah, a lot. I'm a big planner, and I feel like I'm a very like forward future thinker, so I'm always like thinking ahead and like planning and like vision. So with Westside Garments, like this is my passion right now, and I'm being very intentional with it. So everything you see released, the like clothing, the designs, just the colors, the themes, like it's all very intentional and like prayed into. And like right now, just moving forward in the future, like building a team to help me like really not rush things and like be intentional with every single little detail. Because like right now I'm being very intentional with the small little details, because if we do the little stuff right, we can do the bigger stuff well. So where I'm at right now is like slowing down the process, and like instead of like, okay, let's get this out, like slowing down, like make sure like it's well produced and like excellent. Because like what I want to release, I want it to be excellent and not just like pushed out for money, because I'm not really in this for money, you know what I'm saying? So looking forward, just more stuff released, and everything has a story behind it. So not just really seeing like, put this on a shirt, but like everything has a meaning and like a story behind it. So, and like this year there's a lot coming, and like I have a lot planned, so. Yeah, so the shirt I'm about to release, it's very similar to the one I just released, just in a different color. So the front is like the logo. This one, it's a lavender shirt. It says WSG, Westside Garments. But the back is a type of flower, and there's a story behind it. So, of course, so when I first started and got the idea for Westside Garments, I was working out of town on this construction site, and just dirt plot, nothing growing. But right where I was working, there was this single sunflower that was growing. I was like, oh, that's weird, but it looks kind of cool. So I took a picture of it, and it was aesthetic, but I kept looking back at it, and Lord kept speaking to me through it. And like what I got is, even in the dry, rough seasons, things can grow. So I took that and like translated that like into a design. And on this one, there's not really wording for that. And I feel like it's purposeful, like it looks cool, but there's a hidden meaning. And the theme is growth. So like everyone who wears this, like I pray into like every single piece of clothing that goes out. It's like every single person that like wears this shirt is declaring like, hey, I can grow in every season. So I'd say ways to support besides buying. First off, buy my clothes. Like I put a lot of work into it, but even just follow on social media. And even with the designs and shirts, even if you don't buy, like I want feedback from consumers or like people who follow, like friends, family. Like I want feedback, and I want like some type of conversation, you know, because like I'm growing and stuff. So I want to hear people's thoughts. It's like a way to support is like reach out, like tell me your thoughts, like tell me if you like it, tell me if you don't like it, like, you know. But follow on social media, like, comment, like share, because like even in the post, like a lot of work goes into it, and like people just ignore it. I'm like, dang, like I got 2 likes, you know what I'm saying? So go like my stuff. Do I tell this? Okay. I'm not trying to like flex, but I'm a published author. I wrote a poem in high school, and it's in a book of poems. I'm never gonna tell you, so don't go looking. Favorite animal? Sloth goes hard. I like sloths. I always like sloths. Favorite Bible verse? Exodus 33:13. You've probably heard it, but yeah. Can I explain that verse more? Because there's more. Can I give out Bible actually? Because I felt like I was supposed to read it. Yeah, okay.